Sup, Jeff from Team Triple Tax, here to do a deck profile for my Centurion deck. I'll be playing this in the 3v3 coming up on the 30th, and I guess let's just get right into this. So I'm playing 3 Primera, that's like a necessity for Centurion, 3 Chudea, also a necessity, 1 Emeth, 1 Gargoyle, that's like just the main engine. So for this deck, I play second engine because the main problem with Centurion is you only have 1 tuner. What are you gonna do with 1 tuner if all your tuners are gone? Nothing, you're screwed. This is a synchro deck. If you have no more tuners, you're cooked. So because of that, I play the Super Heavy engine. This provides you with a second tuner. And if you want, you can also search for one of your starters, your Chudea. And what that allows you to do is, if you go for the synchro play, you can go for your Cosmic Blazar, which I'll show in the extra deck. If not, you can just go for one of your other Centurion synchros. And it provides so much value. I think it's pretty necessary to play the Super Heavy stuff. So for ratios, I just do the basic 3 Wakaushi, 3 Bike, 1 Bibenki, and 1 Soul Gaia. Nothing special. Next, for the rest of the monsters, I play just hand traps, 3 Nib, 3 D Barrier. One thing I'd like to point out, the Super Heavy stuff, literally just play through Shifter easy, like light work. It just goes perfect with the D Shifter.
One thing I'd like to point out is you said D Barrier instead of D Shifter. I think you should leave that in.
Sure. Play 3 Ash. Had to play hand traps I can play through Shifter, so Mourner. 1 hand trap that I actually can't play through Shifter that I have is Ghost Ogre. But I mean, Ghost Ogre's, I feel like it's a necessity in this format, so that's why I have it at 2. And after I have the Bystials, just give you extra bodies. Also with Magna Hut, you can search Gargoyle for future plays if you ever want to. It's just an option. If not, just search Druid Swarm, target 1 sent to graveyard, sent to grave. Pretty good. That's why I like it. Rest of my hand traps, I play 3 Imperm, and that's it for hand traps. Now I'm just gonna get to my engine spell trap stuff. So for the rest of my engine, I play 3 Oath, I play 3 Stand Up with 1 Terraforming, I play 1 Wake Up, 1 Bonds, and 1 Phalanx. So some people might argue this card might or might not be worth playing, but I do play 1 Synchro Rumble. Sometimes it allows you to play through interruption that your opponent might have. Sometimes it might just be a brick, but I think it's worth playing just because sometimes when you go for Calamity Lock, the game might just not be over. You still have to play the game. Most of the time, Calamity, it's game. But if that isn't the case, I think Synchro Rumble just lets you do infinite amount of plays. You use Primera twice, and just being able to use Primera twice to go for 2 synchros, it's just insane. And I think it's just if you can't finish the game after turn 2, after going for Calamity Lock, Synchro Rumble is a must, and I think it's just a necessity. So for the extra deck, I play a weird ratio for the Centurion stuff. I played 2 Auxilla and 2 Legatia. The reason I have this as a ratio, these 2 is a must, because if you ever caught lacking without an extra Auxilla, you're kind of just cooked. You need 2. 2 comes up a lot of games. The thing is, 2 Legatia doesn't really come up, but sometimes you just run out of Synchro 12s, and just having this as a target to summon, because sometimes, let's say, you lose Crimson Dragon. Being able to still go for a Synchro 12 is pretty good. That's why I have these 4. Next, for my Super Heavy stuff, I play 1 Flame Banshee, 1 Tilting Entrainment, So what Banshee allows you to do is she lets you search for Trudea, and Trudea, you know, is a 1-card combo. And the super heavy stuff does not take your normal summon, so you just normal summon Trudea, and then after just go full combos, full Centurion combo. Totally Entrainment just allows you to special summon Wakaushi from face up extra deck, and from there you just go Synchro 12 into Auxilla every single time, Auxilla search, and then after you go full Centurion play. So depending on what you have in hand, just depending on if you have Shifter or not, will determine which one you go for when you have the super heavy play. If you have Shifter, you're forced to go into Banshee. If you don't have Shifter, then I think the best choice is to go for Tilting Entrainment. Next, for just Link stuff, I have 1 Artemis Moon Maiden, and then after 1 SP. Pretty good. So I have Moon Maiden. So if I have a Primera on field that's not doing anything, let's say it gets impermed, I can just link off into Artemis, and then after use her as material with any other card on field to go into SP, and then after SP, since I use an extra deck monster, will go effect to banish card on field or engrave. So I think that's pretty good. Next, I play the Crimson Dragon stuff. So I play Crimson Dragon, of course Calamity, I play Cosmic Blazar, and Red Supernova. So there's not much explaining needing to be done. You go Crimson Dragon targets one of your Centurion Synchro 12s to go during your opponent's turn into Red Dragon Archfiend, Calamity. One thing is, sometimes Calamity's not the best choice. Let's say you're going against a deck that's activating effects engrave, like let's say you're playing against Orchist. Calamity might not be the greatest choice. So I have, of course, Cosmic Blazar to negate effects engrave, and also he has an effect to negate summons and also attacks. Something I wanted to point out that's super good about Cosmic Blazar, his effect to banish and return himself is actually cost. And so let's say Cosmic Blazar gets impermed, and after they threaten to pop Cosmic Blazar. Something really good about Cosmic Blazar is even though his effects are negated, you can banish him and return him for cost. So that just allows you to play around so many like disruption effects to like pop your own cards, even though he's negated. It's just really good. It might come up sometimes, and like it's happened to me before. Like I got either Droplet or Dark Ruler No More, and like just being able to like keep this card for later is super good, and that's why I really like Cosmic Blazar. Red Supernova, pretty good. Whenever your opponent uses a monster effect, just banish their entire field. Broken, honestly broken. And the rest of the stuff that I play is just 1 Disbatter, 1 Packbit, and 1 Typhon. Hard making Typhon, usually never good. You just make him using his effect. I mean, you can, considering we are playing a Synchro 12 deck, you totally could, but yeah, usually never worth it since all your extra deck monsters have like 3,000 or more attack. So typically never, ever worth it. Packbit rarely comes up because he just requires too many resources. He's a level 8, which is kind of hard to do with this deck. And also his effect requires you to discard. And like, it's just taking too much resources. That's why I don't really like going into him. But he can come up because he can deal with problematic cards that can't be destroyed by just sending them to the spell trap. And Disbatter, since we play Bystials, I think is a requirement we play Disbatter. Disbatter just, you know, free interruptions. And that's about it. So for the side deck, doesn't really matter. Honestly, just have a side deck that's best for the format you're in and like the sort of locals you're going to, regionals, or I don't know, whatever event you're going into. And my thoughts on the deck, I really do like the deck. Playing with the super heavies really allows you to play through like extra interruption and also makes your board better, which I really like. The one thing is, You do have a problem with Troll. That's only if you don't have Shifter. If you do have Shifter, GG's, you're winning. Shifter is such a strong card for this deck. I think it's like a necessity playing Centurion. Like, it just gives you so many free wins. It's just, it's too good. You can't play without it. And yeah, that's about it, I guess. Thanks for watching, and I'm excited to play this for the 3v3.